Hi, I'm Jen Bodner with Yoga Digest, and it's always such a treat to sit with my friend and longtime mentor, Kimberly Spreen-Glick. Kimberly is the founder of Make a Difference Academy. Thank you so much for being here again. It's so good to see you.
I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, always a pleasure.
So I wanted to talk with you a little bit about yoga, since it's such a integral, huge part of our lives.
Yes.
And just the evolution that's been taking place in yoga has been huge over the last few years.
Definitely.
And it almost seems like it's mirroring also what yoga does for the individual. It starts off as just something you're kind of interested in, either you want flexibility or maybe some increased strength, and then it tends to evolve and grow into something very different, something very big, and a little bit of an awakening for some. And so I just wanted to hear a little bit how yoga has awakened you.
Wow. We could be here for a while. In a nutshell, I had practiced yoga. I was a student of yoga for several years before I considered becoming a teacher, but it wasn't the typical path. Most, they practice yoga, they become a student of yoga, and then they're kind of drawn with a desire to teach. That was not me. I was still teaching all of the higher intensity fitness classes and then practicing yoga. But I was a manager of a group fitness team. I had a team of 38, and my top yoga teacher had decided she was going to move away and open her own studio, and she taught like 8 classes a week. Right. So I found myself in quite a bind, thinking, oh my goodness, I have to learn how to teach this so that I can, jump in where these holes are, these gaps are.
Right.
And so, believe it or not, it was a very reluctant journey for me.
Oh, wow.
When I went through my first yoga training, now I've done a couple of 200-hour trainings since then that I dove into fully inspired to do so, but my very first one, I did because I felt I had to be more well-rounded as a group fitness manager to be able to jump in as needed. And to say that it has evolved is the understatement of a century for sure, because I went into it actually thinking I was going to hate it.
Yeah.
I thought, I was so into the higher intensity.
I never knew this.
Yeah, the same year I actually went through Pilates training, thinking, well, that's the dancer's workout. I'm okay with that. I can dive into that. Didn't love it, honor it all day long, have so much respect for it, but I wasn't inspired to do Pilates. But once I began my yoga training, it became the foundation for everything. And it's actually where, talk about an awakening, for me, I had been on quite a roller coaster path, which I'm sure you probably know a little bit of my background as we've talked before. I had a pretty unhealthy period between my preteen, teenage years and into my 20s. It was quite a roller coaster. And when I dove into yoga, I was 26 years old, and it started to teach me lessons about myself. One of them being santosha, contentment, the concept of come as you are and be accepting of that. And my path toward self-love, self-acceptance, it really took off as I dove more into yoga and learning. I've always been so attracted to the philosophy of yoga from the day my training started, as that was implemented as part of it. And it has been the perfect balance to everything else, but it's also become the foundation of everything for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for sharing. I think it's important that people just be open about the possibilities that can come from practicing yoga, not just, about touching your toes, but everything you learn on the way there. So
I agree.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more inspirational information from experts like Kimberly and on how to be happy, healthy, and awesome.